go, guys. Right. You want to start us off? Keith, down at your start, please.
Hi, Eddie.
Right, Keith.
Some effort from your team tonight, given the exertions of the last week, and you pushed City right into the last whistle there.
Yeah, a good effort from the lads today, I thought, physically. It's been not just a tough week, it's been a really tough run of fixtures for us. I think the big thing for me is every time we enter the pitch, I want the players to empty. I want the players to give everything in the pursuit of winning. Can't ask any more physically from the players today. That was us all out. We played with a good style, I thought, a good, clear plan. Players executed it really well, bar a couple of moments. The 2 goals, I don't think we defended well enough. We made individual errors. I thought we chased the game really well in the second half because it's a really tough thing to do here against this team. I'm pleased with the efforts that the players gave.
It sounds like the way you're talking there that you feel a bit different. Perhaps I know you lost, but you feel different to perhaps you have in previous matches here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the previous games we've had. So you take the cup game for example. I think we had more chances maybe to score in that game, but there was a different feeling around our performance. The game was almost dead at 3-0, and we were getting chances in the game, but I don't know whether Manchester City were all out in that moment. Whereas today I thought they were. And we were, and I thought it was a really good game in the respect that both teams were going for each other. And I think you have to take into account the game in midweek for us to travel. There was no excuse. The players just turned up and had to physically give their best. And I thought it was a good performance.
Have you had a chance to see Dan Burns' goal that was ruled out for offside? There was a lot of chat that perhaps he was pushed into an offside position. Have you had a chance to see it again? What was your view?
I only saw it from the viewpoint that I thought he was offside, so I didn't see the push because it was just, I'm looking at a still frame really. But yeah, you might be able to tell me more.
Lee Ryder?
Yeah, it was obviously a good effort tonight, and we're behind in the sort of Champions League race, but it's not nights like tonight that's happened. It's damage caused earlier in the season, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. This season's been a challenge in so many different ways, and there's no excuses from us in that respect. The league table isn't what we wanted it to be, but I think you always have to give context to every situation. Yes, in part, our league position isn't based on tonight. I thought tonight and the last 3 games before have been a big upturn in terms of performance, physicality, identity, quality of play. I think we're heading in the right direction, hopefully. And I think that's the most important thing, because then long term we're going to be fine.
And theoretically you can get into the Champions League two routes, obviously winning it or through the league. Do you rethink your priorities going into the sort of last run of the season, or is it just the way it's been all the way through?
Yeah, it's just trying to win every game, Lee, to be honest. I don't think you can overthink things, whatever team we're playing. So now we go play again on Tuesday to try and win that game. I think that's the only way to think at the moment.
Thanks, Lee. Jordan?
You built up a lot of momentum before today, so how important is that you maintain that and take the positives from that tonight?
Yeah, we're not going to lose the momentum that we've got, as you say, the feeling that we've got, and the feeling's been really strong, and I think that's been why you've seen a sort of a good response from the players. Togetherness is strong, and you see that on the pitch today in that second half when we're going right to the end. We're trying to find every ounce of energy we have to give them another challenge. I mean, there's such a difficult team to chase the game against. One mistake and you're having to recover back in, and then you're not sure when you're going to see the ball again. But we continue to press relentlessly, I thought, and on another day that could have been very different. But they've got quality players, and highlighted by their goalkeeper at the end, who saved from Harvey, and you think that's a big moment. But yeah, I was just pleased the fact we went right to the final whistle.
There was still no Sven Botman today. Why was that? And do you expect him to be back for Tuesday?
Yeah, we thought he was going to be available yesterday, but he just didn't feel 100% right, so we didn't want to take any chances with him. We hope he'll be available on Tuesday, but that's not 100% clear currently.
Scott Wilson?
It does feel kind of different to some of the other games here, Eddie, certainly in terms of the questions you posed of City. You're going to see them again in a fortnight's time. Is there things that you feel you've maybe learned or been particularly pleased with tonight that might feed into that game in terms of the questions you want to ask them there?
Yeah, possibly. I think the football changes so quickly. Even in a couple of weeks, we'll be in a different position, I'm sure, and they'll be in a different position in sense of team and system and set up, so you never quite know. But certainly there's things we adjusted from the cup game that we weren't happy with, and I thought that was a positive few changes for us. So we'll look at it again and we'll try and figure out how we can improve our performance. Certainly the 2 goals we conceded would be a big thing that we need to look at.
Okay, I'll take a few more. We'll go to Chris Woff, to Dominic, and then to Luke Edwards, please. Thank you.
You've mentioned the goals you conceded, Eddie, and without trying to make this too negative, I think it's only 2 clean sheets in 20 Premier League games. How much of a frustration is that? And obviously with Malik not being available for Tuesday and Sven's injury, has the changes to the back line that you've had to make affected that as well?
I think without a doubt. I think when you look at the players we've had injured and the lack of rotation, I have to say the back 4 that played today did really well off the back of the run of games that we've had to keep turning up and producing, I thought, good performances, although there's a couple of mistakes in there that you will highlight and go, we could have done better. Overall, the players are all out and doing their best for the football club, and we're missing some top defenders that would have made a difference. And I'm sure if we had those players available, that record wouldn't sound as negative as it does. But certainly there's areas to improve, and I'm disappointed the fact we conceded 2 goals today, because when you look at the game, I don't think that was probably what we deserved.
Thanks, Chris. Dominic?
Hi, Eddie. You touched on Dan Burns' disallowed goal. He was also on the receiving end of a challenge from Bernardo Silva, who was already on a booking. Did you have any thoughts on that? Did you see that at the time?
I didn't. It might be one I missed. Complaining probably about something else. I don't think we were on the right end of the decisions today, but I don't want to go down that road. I'm not one of those managers that wants to continually criticise officials, but I thought, again, it was one that we probably didn't get the right end of the decisions.
Thank you. Luke, to finish, please.
That's ruined my question then. Are you aware of the law about shoves? If you are shoved offside, there seems to be a suggestion that the law of the game says you can't be offside. So will you seek to clarify that decision with the relevant authorities?
Yeah, well, I didn't know about that rule, so maybe you've educated me for the first time on something. So I'll.
I think I've done it before.
But if that is the case, then I think we've got it. And I haven't seen the push, so. But if that is the case, sorry, I missed what you said there. But if that is the case, then I'll seek clarification.
It's not the first time I've educated you.
Okay, thank you.
Might be the last. Thank you. Cheers.
Done. Thank you. Thanks very much.